Hey, what's up, guys? I was asked to kind of go back over the strategy that we use today. So I'm just going to record it and put it out there for you guys. But today, now I admit I accidentally got in this in my 150K account. I didn't mean to do that in here, but I did, and since it was on, I just went ahead and traded it. So that's why this thing ended up with, I started trading this with 40 micros because this is the larger account. And so the first target, here's the daily pivot, and I wasn't gonna get in until after we got under the 5 minute opening range and the intraday low. And when I go with intraday, I'm going back to 6 o'clock the previous day, 6 o'clock Thursday, because that's when the futures market opened for today. So that's when I'll go back, and this is the high and this is the low. And you can see it put in the low here. It kind of hit it once, twice. It hit it on the almost hit it on the 5 minute opening range candle. But once we broke through, this was a trade. And the first target is going to be this daily pivot. Okay, here's the first one at 57.25. I mean 57.24.25, and then the target here was at 56.50. And I'm going to show you on the daily chart where we got all this from. It's the same thing that I've showed you the last couple of days. And this was the second, and here's the third. This is the final target here, and all of these are daily pivots. And this is kind of like what you would do with an all day hold strategy, is where I'm trading from daily pivot to daily pivot. So what are we looking at? So here's the daily chart here. This is where we started. If you remember this morning, we were kind of trading above it a little bit. We came below it, went back above it, and it really didn't show us any direction. So we really had to wait. And that's what we're waiting for here. You can see what it did. It really didn't show us any direction until the 10 o'clock news came out. The Michigan consumer sentiment came out. And that's when this thing started to work. And we were able to, get in once it gave us, some good confirmation that we were staying, that we lost this daily pivot and we're working our way down to the next daily pivot. All right, so this is where I get I take the daily chart and I mark the pivots where the stock pivoted. So here's the 57.24, and actually it hit here, here, and here. This is a solid pivot. Okay, solid pivot. Okay, this one right here, this 57.65, you can see this one was right here, or 57.75. It hit here and here. Significant pivot. Now the 56.50, this is kind of a sneaky pivot because it's right in here. It's where 3 days we kind of back tested this level. So this was kind of a sneaky pivot, but a pivot nonetheless. That was our second target. Then here's our third target right here. This is the third target. And we can actually use this as a pivot too. I haven't marked this yet, but I will once we get through this. This is the next thing we'll be looking at. So, I wanted to go back through this. Well, somebody asked me to go back through it, so I was going back through it. Here we're trying to get to our this next pivot, trying to get to our last target here. And what this does, this actually puts me right at $4,500 for the day. That's the most I can make in this 150K account. Um, and I just have to trade lightly for a couple of days now. And, this will be a pro account once it hits the fifth day. I didn't mean to start trading this early. I will get another one so I can go back through this with you guys next week, like I promised. But it's a really, really simple strategy. You just have to be able to let it go. Okay, you need a larger account because you're going to have to give it more room. It's going to take some time. Sometimes it has to work through this, for it to get down. It's just going to take time. All right. And the other question, yes, I'm not charging for membership. I'm not selling memberships anymore. I'm done with that. But you guys that are already in, yes, I'm still doing mentoring for you guys. That's part of what you got. And I'm not cutting that off. But anybody else that wants to come in, what you need to do is get at least 5 of these take profit trader test accounts. I don't care what size you get. Just come in, and that shows me that you're ready to work with me. No, I don't use any other.
Order filled.
Oh, we hit our target, so we're done. I'm just a little bit over, a couple of dollars over, but that's fine. That's not gonna hurt my consistency deal. I want to work with people that actually want to do the work, and because Take Profit Trader is the only prop firm I use, I like the rules. All prop firms have different rules, different quirks about them. It wouldn't make sense if you're trading Apex to follow what I'm doing because it may be outside of the parameters of, say, Apex or my funded futures or whatever. So that's why I say that. I'm keeping it. I'm getting old. I can't deal with a lot of noise, so I'm keeping it small. I never had a dream of having thousands of people. That makes absolutely no sense to me. But like I say, I'm an older guy. I'm a different generation, and I'm kind of staying away from that. So, no, no more memberships. But if you get the accounts, just hit me up, and I'll get you in, and you can watch me, live execute these strategies every day. And I don't know. Just use. You got to use my affiliate code AJT66. I'll put it in the description. But right now they're doing a 30% off, no activation fee when you go to Pro, which is a humongous deal. It's like a $130 discount. That's how much it costs to convert a 25K account to Pro. But whatever it would cost you to move your account from a test account to a Pro, you don't have to pay anything. It's free. They give you credit. So when you go to checkout, you use the credit and you're set. So I don't know if that deal is going away at the end of the month. The last time they switched this and started this deal, we had no warning. They didn't let us know. It just changed. So it may be the end of the month that this thing changes back. So make sure, and it's always good to have extra, because I'm telling you, if I didn't have extra, I wouldn't have been able to make any money this month. I'd have had, having to start over because a simple mistake cost me all 5 of my Pro accounts And luckily I had some extra from the no fee before, and I was able to get in. And I did make a couple of bucks this month. This is what I made, just to show you. And a lot of people, there's some people that are, I guess, that are saying they're having problems, or it's taking a long time to get approved or whatever. But yesterday, um, that was my biggest week. Yesterday, I got out. I got it in at 7:30. By 11 o'clock, the money was in my bank. Same thing happened here when I did it at 7:21 that day. Now the 10 o'clocks, it was in there by 12. Here it was in there at 8:49. It was in there by 11:30. The deposit was there to my bank. So I don't know what other people are having trouble with, but I mean, I don't care how much it is. I know this month was really, really slow. I was having to rebuild and everything, but still no problems with payouts. They are as far as I'm concerned, they're um, the number one prop firm out there in terms of their rules, in terms of their payouts. And I don't use anybody else. I know people say don't put all your eggs in one basket and all that, but listen, as long as they're paying out, and as long as they're not changing their rules every 2 months, and if they change it, it's to the betterment of us, to our advantage. So can't beat that, guys. So I'll put my affiliate code in the description of the video. Is AJT66, simple to remember. And if you get those 5, just hit me up, and I'll get you in. But don't forget, guys, I will be going over this, what I call an all-day hold strategy, that sometimes you can get in and you hold it overnight, and you wake up in the next morning and it could be done. The trade could be finished. Other markets open at night when you sleep. You never know what can happen overnight. So, it's happened to me a couple of times where I woke up and my whole trade is done. Now, this morning I woke up, or yesterday morning, I can't remember which one now. I woke up and I had gotten stopped out, but then I was able to get back in. It might have been Tuesday. Or Wednesday. I was able to get back in and make the full pull. So of course it took care of whatever I got stopped out on, and made some pretty good profit on it. So that's how it works. It works pretty good using these daily pivots. The same thing that I've been doing for years, trading equities. It works really, really well with futures. I think it'll work well with anything because you're dealing with historical data, and typically you're going to find people sitting at historical levels, waiting to make a move. And we're just taking advantage of the big guys. We're using them to make money versus them using us. But you got to have the right strategy, and you got to be in the right place at the right time. So you guys have a great weekend. I'm done. So I'm gonna gotta kill my
order canceled.
My profit stop there. I'm done. Full pull for the day. And gotta go do my mommy do list. I take care of my mom. She's 84. So I got a list of stuff for her to do, and she's texting me now asking me when I'm coming. So You guys, again, have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself, and we'll get back at this on Monday morning.